Hello guys, my name is Rolfan and at the end of video you'll be able to do this. And it's working. Oi, hello guys, my name is Rolfan and I'm back with another video. And in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make a sentiment analyzer, in which if you type a word and it'll just print out whether it's positive, negative or neutral as you saw earlier. So without any delay, let's get right into it. Before we start, we'll have to install some modules again, like the spam mod we made last time. You can just go to File, New Project Settings, Settings for New Projects. Go to Interpreter over here, Python 3.9. Go to this plus sign over here and search for NLTK. And after you find it, it's this one over here. All in small. You don't need to install anything else. Install the package. After installing, just close this up. Make a new Python file. You can name it whatever you want. I'm going to name it sentiment. And you'll have to import NLTK. And after that, you have to write nltk.download this package called Vader Lexicon. All should be in small and you should write it as exactly as I've written. And now from nltk dot sentiment, you'll have to import sentiment intensity analyzer. Just copy paste what I've written over here. Sentiment intensity analyzer, S capital, I capital, and A capital. After that, declare a variable. You can name it whatever you want. Just I'll name it sid and paste this again with uh with parentheses over here. After that, you can make a variable. Let's just name it x and enter whatever you want. And now let's make our def function. Now let's make a function which we'll call sentiment again over here. And my next tutorial video on be will be on what is def. So stay tuned for that. And now we will have to declare a new variable which is called points. Sid dot polarity scores. 1 minute. Yeah. The polarity scores of x over here. And now we can go to an if over here. If points compound is bigger than 0.1, then we want to print x is positive, and this is optional, but you can also print out the number of points. So print and just write out points dot this square brackets and compound. Or you can say this in a variable like I'm going to do now to make it a bit easier, and you can just name it point from point and just name this points compound. Likewise, and then you can replace this with point instead of doing this again and again. As easy as that. And now the second if statement we are going to be making is lf. Wait, let me just try this right. Yes, there we go. And now we'll have to make an elif statement for negative. So lf point is smaller than 0.1 minus 0.1, then you will have to print out that x is negative. And now we can also print out the scores we want, so print point. And now let's make an else over here. So if anything else, then we'll print out x is neutral, and we'll also print out the scores over here. Now let's just pass this on, and let's just reformat this for a space of 2 lines, and let's call this sentiment function over here. And now when we run this, you can see that, wait, yeah, let me just run this over here, run sentiment. So you guys can see that this has finally come over here. And now if I press good over here, it says the good is positive, and it actually is. And now if I press bad over here, it says bad is negative, as it is negative. Now something like God is also positive, as God is holy. And if I type in something like devil, then it's negative, as devil is actually a negative word. And if I type in something like let's take a football, it's neutral, because football is not good nor is it bad. It does not have any those kind of properties. And now this is the part where I explain. So what I'm doing over here is downloading this VDA lexicon package, as we can't import it like this. We are making a variable to store this sentiment intensity analyzer. So instead of writing this again and again, sentiment analyzer dot polarity scores, we can just write out sid dot polarity scores x. And now we are storing it in a points variable to make this easier, so that we don't have to again and again write sid dot polarity scores that compound. It'll become too long. And then again we're storing this points dot compound in a point variable, so that we're making it even shorter. So now this is a pretty sophisticated program. Now this variable over here is where we type in anything we want, and the variable over here is taken over here and is processed to find out whether it's positive or negative. Here the if function basically finds out if the polarity score is more than 0.1, and if it is, it's positive. And as over here it was not positive, it was 0.0, it is neutral as of this else function over here. And this else function over here checks if the polarity scores is less than 0.1, as you saw earlier in the devil or bad. So if it less than 0, minus 0.1, then that means that it's negative word. We print out that it is negative, and we print out the point score. And we use this pass function. I'll explain why we use a pass function in a later video. And we call the sentiment function at the end of our code over here. So this was the explanation of the entire code, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.